Tonight on UCentral News, Governor Kevin Stitt announced Lyndall Fields as the state's new superintendent. Find out more next. There's clear skies and great temperatures in the forecast for Saturday's game. Carly Torbett has your full look at weather. And attention Swifties, a new era for Taylor Swift is almost here with her new album out tomorrow. Zach Sexton has all of the details. And Week 5 of the NFL season kicks off tonight with a clash in California as the Los Angeles Rams take on the San Francisco 49ers. Luke Underwood has all of your sports updates. All that and more happening right now on UCentral News.
Live from Central Oklahoma, this is UCentral News.
Good evening, I'm Abby Avers.
And I'm Phil Rodriguez. Welcome to UCentral News. Chip Keating, former Secretary of Public Safety and Oklahoma Highway Patrol officer, announced Wednesday that he is running for Oklahoma governor. Keating is the 7th Republican to announce his intentions to run. According to NonDoc, Keating said at a luncheon for the, quote, Original Constitutional Principles Affecting Culture Foundation, a conservative nonprofit, that, quote, for heaven's sake, we have the cartels and foreign governments running marijuana grow operations in our backyards. Keating also said that he wants to make Oklahoma a made-in-America manufacturing magnet. Keating is the son of Frank Keating, who was Oklahoma governor from 1995 to 2003.
A new state superintendent of education has been announced. Lyndall Fields has been named by Governor Stitt to serve out the rest of Ryan Walters' term after Walters' resignation. Fields has worked in the Oklahoma education system for 30 years, working at Tri-County Tech, a technical school located in Bartlesville. From 1999 to 2021, Fields then went on to become the CEO of Your Culture Coach, a company that, according to its website, works at elevating education leaders and transforming cultures to recruit and retain passionate, loyal team members through world-class training. I am so ready for cooler temperatures, but we haven't had very good luck with it. Carly, do you have any good news?
Thanks, Abby. I do have a little bit of a good news. Later on this week, we are going to be seeing those 70s. But for now, current conditions, hottest part of our day, 89 degrees outside, super sunny. A little bit of wind coming from the south-southeast at 10 miles an hour with humidity up to 39%. So it is a little bit muggy out there, and it does feel like 91 degrees outside. So a little bit hotter than what our temperatures are saying. Looking at that allergy index, they're still a thing. They're still here. I feel it. I know you have to feel it. Grass and tree pollens are at a moderate level, but that ragweed is still giving us all those issues. But good news, we are expecting a little bit of rain coming in later next week, around on Wednesday, so it might wash out all those pollens and start to make us feel just a little bit better. Looking at that daily forecast so we can start planning your day tomorrow. 7 in the morning, clear. Sunrise is going to come around 7:20 in the morning, 67 degrees. Around lunchtime, sunny, 85 degrees outside, and then it's going to start to cool down into the 60s as you get later into the evening, but around 7, around sunset, it is going to be 84 degrees outside. Looking ahead, sunny skies to brighten your weekend. Like I said, super hot, but we are going to see cooling down and maybe even see some 70s later next week, and we are going to see some cooler temperatures later on after the sun goes down for our Bronco game day this weekend, and I will have more for you later on in the show. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Carly. We turn to an upsetting story now. 2 people were killed and 4 others seriously wounded after an attacker drove his car into a crowd before exiting and stabbing bystanders outside of a synagogue in Manchester, England. Greater Manchester Police responded just after 9:30 a.m. local time to a call with a witness claiming they'd seen a car being driven towards a group of people and that one man in the group had been stabbed. Police said they responded within minutes and that they shot and killed the suspect. The Heaton Park Hebrew Congregation Synagogue was celebrating Yom Kippur, which is said to be the holiest day of the year in Judaism. The Metropolitan Police in London, who run counter-terror operations in the UK, said the incident is being treated as a terrorist attack.
The Israeli military has intercepted dozens of boats sailing as part of an aid flotilla towards Gaza. They've detained dozens of passengers, including Swedish climate activist Greta Thunberg. Thunberg is seen sitting on a floor in a social media post by Israel's foreign ministry. The ministry said the passengers were being transported to Israel, where their deportation procedures to Europe will start. The flotilla interception has triggered global condemnation. The flotilla was trying to break Israel's 18-year blockade of Gaza and get aid into the war-ravaged enclave using ships that set sail from ports across the Mediterranean. Organizers labeled Israel's interception of the ships an illegal attack on humanitarians. Israel, however, said the activists were not interested in aid, but in provocation. Thunberg was deported from Israel in June after another Gaza-bound aid boat she was on was intercepted.
UCO has partnered with the Greater Oklahoma City Hispanic Chamber of Commerce in order to offer OKC's Hispanic community more opportunities to engage with higher education. UCO's LX Studio will become the Chamber's exclusive education partner for microcredentials. Microcredentials are certifications that verify a person's skill in a certain area of expertise, such as adult mental health first aid. The Hispanic Chamber has a specific microcredential at UCO, which according to UCO's official website is so that interns gain professional experience and mentorship while supporting OKC's growing Hispanic population.
The city of Edmond announced today that intermittent lane closures on Santa Fe between Del Simmons Drive and Covell Road will begin on October 6th. This work is being done to add another lane to the east side of Santa Fe. According to the City of Edmond's official website, this project will take approximately 5 weeks if the weather cooperates and will cost the city $5.4 million.
Well, recent hurricanes swirling at the Atlantic and near the U.S. are a stark reminder that this government shutdown comes in the middle of hurricane season. National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration weather forecasters and disaster response specialists at the Federal Emergency Management Agency are planning to keep working during the shutdown. But with both agencies already in weakened states, the shutdown adds another layer of complexity. Ivan Rodriguez has the latest.
Both NOAA and FEMA have shed experienced staff since the start of the Trump administration. At the National Weather Service, which is part of NOAA, managers are working to fill staffing gaps through hiring and moving meteorologists where needed most. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration and the Federal Emergency Management Agency will remain open because they're deemed essential to the protection of lives and property, but employees will still feel the impact.
They're doing the work without pay, without an understanding of when this shutdown is going to end. Will they get that back pay eventually?
Chris Vigaski with WiscoNet says he hopes the shutdown is resolved quickly so it doesn't severely impact the livelihoods of employees. The Weather Forecasting Agency has less than 4,000 employees for the first time in decades. It lost more than 560 people to layoffs, early retirement incentives, and other programs aimed at shrinking the size of the federal government. The agency has enough staff to accurately predict tropical storms and hurricanes, says a NOAA official who spoke to CNN on the condition of anonymity for fear of retribution.
The question, of course, is for how long and what other supporting capabilities, if you will, might be compromised, especially with so many people being furloughed right now.
With some local NWS offices short-staffed, former NOAA Administrator Richard Spinrad worries about weather events happening simultaneously across the country.
What happens if we have another hurricane outbreak and some wildfires in the West, severe drought in the Midwest? All of a sudden, you're stretching that workforce so very thin with regard to providing those services across the country and for all of these different environmental hazards.
The National Weather Service is working to hire new forecasters, but it isn't a fast process, and a prolonged shutdown could slow this down even more. Once hired, it could take months to train new staff, and there won't be enough to make up for all the experienced people the agency lost. In Atlanta, I'm Ivan Rodriguez.
Well, like I said earlier, I am ready for those fall temperatures.
Boy, me too. My kids keep asking when the leaves will fall, and I've got no answers. Maybe when we come back, Carly will have some answers for us with our next look at weather.
The University of Central Oklahoma grows and thrives. We move to meet our students where they are and get them where they want to go. Over time, thousands of students have made the move to UCO. They come to pursue their passions and find their calling, to improve their lives, families, and communities. UCO moves and motivates students in and out of the classroom. Here, potential takes flight. Our students' curiosity ignites a spark that fuels transformation. Oklahoma's Metropolitan University, the university that hasn't stopped moving since 1890. In fact, we are gaining momentum. This is where movement is. This is the University of Central Oklahoma.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What? I can't drive. Why? My. Oh.
Good afternoon, Broncos, and welcome back to UCentral. Looking at those current conditions today, 89 degrees outside, super sunny. We're at the hottest part of our day. A little bit of a wind coming in from the southeast at 10 miles an hour with a little bit of mugginess outside at 39% humidity, and then that feels like 91 degrees outside, so a little bit hotter than what our temperature is right now. Looking at those current conditions across the state, we are feeling a little bit of the heat today. We're looking at those low 90s, 91 in Guyman and 89 in Woodward. And then if we go over to Miami, they are our low spot with 85 today. But going into tonight, we are going to cool down just a little bit into 66 degrees, clear skies. Those winds are still coming from the southeast. They're going to slow down just a little bit to 8 miles an hour. Humidity just goes to 60%, so still going to feel a little bit muggy, and it is Oklahoma, so we are going to have that 3% chance of rain. Tonight across the state, like I said, we're going to cool down this evening. Looking at 60s all across the state, 66 in OKC Metro, 60 up in the Panhandle, and 63 in Altus. Going into our highs for tomorrow, we're going to see around the same thing that we saw today. We're going to see those highs in the low 90s, couple of high 80s, so 89 in Clinton, 92 Lawton, and 89 in Ardmore, and then 93 for our hot spot up in the Panhandle. And time for that Bronco game day forecast. On Saturday, kickoff starts at 7 o'clock. We are going to be seeing sunny weather, so 84 degrees, 5 o'clock for our pregame, and then kickoff 79 degrees. But that sun is going to start to go down around 7 o'clock. So we are going to see around 9, 11, we are going to finally start to see those 70s. It's going to be clear skies, and it's going to start to cool down. So still going to be super hot, but we are waiting for that sun to cool down. Abby, Phil, that game day is coming around the corner. Are we excited for the game? Are we going to be there?
I am not going to be there. I really need to go. I plan on going for homecoming, but yeah. What about you, Carly?
I'm excited. This is an evening game, so the weather is going to cool down once that sun goes down, so I'm ready to go and cheer on the Broncos. How about you, Phil?
I'll be out of town, unfortunately, but I'm definitely going to make it out to some games, and I'm glad the weather will be nice this weekend. That'll be good.
Thanks, Carly.
Well, coming up, find out why ICE is going to be at the Super Bowl.
And find out about the new Disney Plus series modeled after the Archie comics. Zach Sexton will have your social media update after the break.
It's time to explore, to come out and play. Our city is waiting, so what do you say? Whether daytime or nighttime, the right time is now. Finding those moments to make you go wow. Amazing new places to fit every mood. Shopping and dining. Did we mention the food? There are green parks and ballparks and water parks too. Museums, attractions, and also a zoo. The modern frontier is the friendliest place. Now is the time for your dreams to be chased.
It's the Roadway Replay.
Time for the lightning round, Brian. Let's rewind your drive to work. How far did your car travel while you checked your phone? 20 feet, 100 feet, the length of a football field?
100 feet.
Oh, sorry, Brian. In just 3 seconds on the highway, your car traveled the length of a football field.
Distracted driving? It's no game.
Hello Broncos, I'm Zach Sexton with your social media update. U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents will be on hand during the 2026 Super Bowl in Santa Clara, including at Bad Bunny's halftime performance, according to a senior Trump administration advisor. Corey Lewandowski, who now works for the Department of Homeland Security, confirmed the move in a podcast interview, saying the administration will not allow large events to be used as safe havens for undocumented immigrants. Lewandowski also criticized the NFL's choice of Bad Bunny, calling it shameful, and suggesting the Puerto Rican star is hostile toward the U.S. The rapper, whose real name is Benito Antonio Martinez Ocasio, is a U.S. citizen but has previously avoided touring stateside, citing fears that ICE would target his concerts. His halftime appearance comes as the NFL seeks regulatory approval for a media partnership involving ESPN, putting the league's entertainment decisions under added political turmoil. Jane Fonda has revived the Committee for the First Amendment, a group first formed in 1947 to oppose congressional probes of Hollywood writers and directors. Her father, Henry Fonda, was an original supporter. The updated effort has attracted hundreds of signers, including Florence Pugh, Sean Penn, Pedro Pascal, and Billie Eilish. Its mission statement warns of a coordinated campaign to silence critics and defends free expression as a core American right. The move also follows ABC's brief suspension of Jimmy Kimmel after comments he made about conservative activist Charlie Kirk's assassination, a decision pushed by President Trump and FCC Chair Brennan Carr. Famous primatologist and conservationist Jane Goodall has died at age 91. The Jane Goodall Institute confirmed yesterday she passed away from natural causes while in California on a speaking tour. Goodall rose to international prominence in the 1960s for her groundbreaking research on wild chimpanzees in Tanzania, overturning long-held scientific views on animal behavior. She became a global advocate for conservation, peace, and animal welfare, earning honors including the U.S. Presidential Medal of Freedom. Leaders and admirers worldwide are mourning a trailblazer whose work reshaped both her field and environmental activism. Taylor Swift is about to enter her showgirl era. The singer-songwriter's new album will be available on all major streaming platforms when the clock hits 12:01 a.m. Friday. It's called The Life of a Showgirl, and will also be sold on vinyl, CD, and cassette. This is Swift's 12th original studio album and her first since she became the owner of her entire music catalog. Aside from getting engaged to Kansas City Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce, Swift has kept a relatively speaking low profile since she ended her record-setting Eras tour in December. Archie Andrews is headed back to TV, but this time with a darker twist. Disney Plus is developing Afterlife with Archie, a horror drama inspired by the hit comic book series Afterlife with Archie. The project reimagines Riverdale as a zombie-ravaged town. Original writer of the comic book, Aguirre Sacasa, will write and executive produce alongside Greg Berlanti and other longtime collaborators, though it is not yet clear if any Riverdale cast members from the hit show will return. Abby, I really love comic book series. What is your favorite comic book series?
That is a really great question, and I'm so glad you asked it. It's going to be My Little Pony, and don't you dare make fun of me because it's amazing, and young Abby loved it. What about you, Zach?
I would just say in the Marvel world, any Spider-Man series. I really love Peter Parker and what all that is. But Phil, what about you?
Big Spider-Man fan myself, but even though it's technically a comic strip, probably Calvin and Hobbes is my favorite comic. It's very special to me. But anyways,
Thanks,
appreciate
Zach.
you, Zach. Thank you, sir. When is the next time the volleyball team will be in action?
And what is happening over in the NFL? Luke Underwood will have all of that and more after the break.
Rugged, rough, built for the road ahead.
Sometimes I feel like a shell of a man.
Commercials are fake. What you're feeling isn't. Call or text 988, Oklahoma's mental health lifeline.
Did you hear?
Todd's in the hospital.
Who's Todd? He got a collapsed lung from vaping. He thought it was cool.
Not cool.
Promise you won't vape, Emma. It can lead to a lifelong addiction, and we can't be friends if your lungs collapse.
Bogus.
Wacky sitcom teens aren't the best people to talk to your kid about vaping.
Hey, you got a minute?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
The University of Central Oklahoma grows and thrives. We move forward, daily living the Bronco way, being reflective of our neighborhood, community, history, and Oklahoma. This is what has made us who we are. Oklahoma's Metropolitan University, the third largest university in Oklahoma. This is where movement is. This is the University of Central Oklahoma.
Hello, hello, Bronco Nation. I am Luke Underwood, and let's get straight into your Thursday sports stories. The number one ranked UCO volleyball team will be having their first match as the number one ranked Division II team tonight. The Broncos, after being ranked number 2 for several weeks, finally were awarded number 1 in the AFCA polls this week. The Broncos, who are currently 16-0 on the season, will be battling the Missouri Southern Lions tonight at the Hamilton Fieldhouse. That game will start at 6 p.m. And the Broncos will be back in action again, this time against Central Missouri on Saturday. This match will once again be at the Hamilton Fieldhouse and will start at 1 p.m. The UCO women's soccer team will be back in action tomorrow and Sunday, making its first MIAA road trip of the season. Tomorrow at 3 p.m., the Broncos will be versing the Northwestern Missouri Bearcats, who are currently 1-0 in the MIAA and are coming off of a 2-game win streak. And on Sunday, the Broncos will be staying in Missouri, this time versing Missouri Western. Missouri Western, who are currently 0-1 in the MIAA, with that tie coming last week against Rogers State. This game will start at 1 p.m. The UCO football team is back at home. The Broncos are coming off a loss to an MIAA rival in the Northwest Missouri Bearcats. The Broncos will once again be taking on another MIAA rival this weekend, with the Central Missouri Mules coming to town. The Mules, who share the same overall record with the Broncos at 2-2, have an advantage in the MIAA with a 2-0 record in the conference. The Broncos will have home advantage as well as a lot of support, with the game being Teachers Appreciation Night and the annual UCO Athletics Hall of Fame game, so I expect the stands to be packed and the crowd to be rowdy. The Central Oklahoma Broncos versus the Central Missouri Mules will kick off at 7 p.m. live from Chad Richardson Stadium. It is now time for your weekly NFL news update. Week 5 of the NFL season will kick off tonight with the NFC West division rival game featuring the Los Angeles Rams taking on the San Francisco 49ers. Both teams are currently 3-1 on the season, but the 49ers are currently on fraud watch. The 49ers are once again proving that they cannot stay healthy, as after Nick Bosa was announced being out for the season, the 49ers also have several players not playing tonight, including quarterback Brock Purdy and wide receivers Juwan Jennings and Ricky Pearsall. The Rams, who are currently favorites to make an NFC Finals appearance in February, are easy favorites to win the game, especially with the game being held at SoFi Stadium in LA. The Niners vs. Rams will kick off at 7:15 p.m. out on the West Coast. Now that the volleyball team is ranked number 1 in Division II, the match tonight will be extra special. Phil, Abby, will you guys be attending the match tonight?
Unfortunately, I won't be able to make it. I'm too busy with these darn kiddos, but maybe Abby will be going.
How about you, Luke?
Well, I definitely hope I can stop. I do have a lip sync practice. You know, homecoming's getting closer, but I hope to be there for at least a little bit. What about you, Abby?
I might be there. I really want to catch a game before the season ends, so I might head out. Thanks, Luke. Coming up, what is the UCO Gaming Co-op offering?
And Carly will have your last look at weather next. Stay tuned.
I'm an ex-drug dealer, and I'll be your sub today. Two milligrams of fentanyl can be lethal. A lethal dose is in here. Who gets it, I won't know.
It's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable. The sad reality is, fentanyl is being mixed into everything now.
More kitchen now.
Expanding horizons, making room for the new. The modern frontier is ready for you. There's more to discover, more fun to be found. Our city is rising, just look around. Attractions, adventures, excitement and thrills. Rooms of beauty and history where knowledge is filled. A convergence of cultures in spectacular places. Open skies, open minds, and wide open spaces. The modern frontier awaits you to embrace it.
Well, the state-of-the-art UCO Co-op Esports and Gaming Arena has announced that starting this week, UCO students with a valid UCO ID can play for free from 6 to 11 p.m. Monday through Thursday. The 5,700-foot arena features custom-built PC battle stations, quote, designed to provide a premium gaming experience on the most popular esports titles of today. Popular multiplayer titles like Fortnite, Counter-Strike Go, Rocket League, Overwatch, and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate are all available to play. For more information about the arena or to see their full game library, check out coopgamingarena.com.
Now it's time for one final look at weather. Carly?
Looking at that 7-day forecast, not much during this week and going into the weekend. Still sunny weather, those high 80s, low 90s. Saturday, our high is going to be 88 for our football game. And the moment we have all been waiting for, going into next week, we are finally seeing some 70s. We have a 24% chance of rain on Wednesday, but the high for that day will be 73. So I'll keep you guys updated later on next week on if these fall temperatures are gonna stick around, but Wednesday 73 and Thursday 77. We are almost at that 5 o'clock mark. It's 89 degrees outside. That sunset's gonna hit around 7:21 and clear skies at 9 o'clock. That's all I have today. Back to you guys at the desk.
Wow, I am definitely ready for those 70s next week. I'm excited.
Finally.
Well, that is all the time that we have for today. I am Abby Avers.
And I'm Phil Rodriguez. Thanks for joining us, Broncos. We'll see you next week.